So let's talk about your flow zone. In life and in business especially, if you want to be successful and you want to have fun and you want to make money, you got to live in what I call your flow zone. So let's take a quick look at what that is. So not that long ago, I lost a tremendous amount of weight, and people actually reached out to me and they said, "Are you sick? What's going on?" And I said, no. I just figured out my flow zone with regard to fitness and diet. So let's talk about that for 1 second. In life, there are things you like and there are things you dislike, and there are things that are good for you and work, and things that are bad for you and don't work. So first we're going to talk about fitness and diet. So for me, I really didn't like doing CrossFit. A friend of mine said, "Listen, Josh, you've got to do some CrossFit. It's the best thing ever." He really enjoyed it, but I didn't like it. Now I know if I did CrossFit every day, all day long, consistently, obviously I'd get stronger and I'd lose weight. It's just not in my personal flow zone. And oddly, I have kind of like a senior citizen style workout. I love walking and I love fasting. Fasting, like skipping meals. A lot of people couldn't do that. For me, that's effortless. So when I walk and I fast, or now I run a little bit, it works really well for my health. When I tried to do 6 meals per day, the 6 tiny meals thing, you guys have heard of this, right? Like eat every 3 hours, cook chicken and broccoli. This was horrible. Not only did it not work for me, but I disliked it. So you don't want to do anything in life that you don't like doing that doesn't work, clearly, obviously. Where we want to spend as much time as we can is in our flow zone, doing things we like that are good for us. So now, with regard to fitness, weight loss, all I have to do is walk and fast, and it works very well for me. I can maintain my weight and my health, and I feel great. CrossFit, although it works, it's just not my jam. It's just not in my flow zone. And then things like Atkins, although I liked it, it didn't really work. I didn't lose weight. I got gout. My feet felt like they were on fire all the time. Let's focus in life on your flow zone. So now let's relate all this to business. What does this have to do with real estate? Same thing is true in real estate. You need to live in your flow zone. So my first year in the business down here in Sarasota, I did a variety of activities. I bought internet leads. I made cold calls. I called expired listings. I worked on SEO and blogging and social media and sat floor time. And let me tell you what ended up being what I call my flow zone. When I worked internet leads, not only did I like doing it, it worked and I made money. That's the point. You got to be in your flow zone. You got to have a good time. I tried calling for sale by owners. It worked and I enjoyed doing it. Probably you're going to enjoy some of these things because it works. Same thing was true of working with investors and doing flips. I loved doing my own investment real estate and I loved working with other investors. All these things led to $10 million in sales my first year in town and a very enjoyable experience. The things I didn't like doing, cold calling. There's a one-size-fits-all mentality with a lot of people who train, coach, and broker. You gotta make cold calls. Let me tell you, you don't have to make cold calls. You don't have to sit there and be a telemarketer all day long pounding the phones. It does work if you do it, but it just might not be your flow zone. Same thing with expired listings. I know calling expired listings works. I just liked the FSBOs better. So I focused on what I liked and I tried to do things that worked. So let's talk about a couple things that I disliked that didn't work. I see people doing a lot of this stuff. Agents spending tons and tons of time blogging, hours on social media over and over and over again, talking about SEO, doing Google AdWords. These things are fine activities, but in my experience, they didn't work all that well, and therefore I didn't like doing them. So it was a bad combination of I don't like doing it and it's not working. Sitting floor time. I've heard a lot of people say, well, this company has this great office. I can sit in there and the business will walk in. It's not going to happen. I want you to think long and hard about this. Where does the process start? It starts on the cell phone. That's why I didn't mind buying internet leads and working with people. The phone is super important. We'll talk about that again. With regard to floor time, I did not mind sitting in an office waiting for business to come to me. It just didn't work. So in summary, what we need to do is what I call design your day. And we need to come up with a process whereby we find things that you like doing, that are good for you, and that work. So come on in sometime and let's do what I call design your day. And let's find a flow zone that works for you and your business.